Tell us maybe a little bit more about that journey. Did you start praying 5 times a day? Did you start visiting a lot of mosques after you went to that extremist one? Did you share your Muslim faith? Like, what were you like in this season?
It's so strange actually when I look back because I've actually been through a lot of therapy as a result of this too, because
Oh,
my because I couldn't understand why I fell so hard and so deep. But so I didn't like the extremist mosque and I ended up with the Sufis, but I attached the way I behaved in the movement was the same dedication I gave to school and to work. I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm doing it 150%. So I got fully dressed. I mean, the first time my mom saw me as a Muslim, she cried because
wow.
I was wrapped like a mummy and I was
Mm.
praying 5 times a day. I had completely transformed. And mind you, at this time, up until that time, I was drinking too much, I was dating too much. Even though I was extremely successful, I was what I would consider off the rails.
Mm.
So Islam brought discipline, it brought order. And I thought, oh, this is fantastic. I'm going to do this, to the best of my ability. And so that's what I did. And I didn't hop around from place to place. Once I got into this particular community, that was it. It's the only community I stayed with all 25 years.
Oh, wow. So you became a Muslim mid 90s or so, and you stayed a Muslim 25 years roughly.
Yes.
Oh,
Most of my adult life.
so at the time the dam breaks with the whole headscarf issue, did it
Right.
make you just transform your perspective where you started looking back and seeing stuff you hadn't seen before that didn't make sense, that was even more problematic? Like this example of the lack of eternal security. Were there other things like that? I'm curious. And what were they that you look back on now and are like, man, this is why I could not be a Muslim?
One of the best ones was the girl that went into Islam at 24 years old looking for discipline and order, didn't drink, didn't smoke, prayed 5 times a day, 25 years. When I left, became the 24-year-old. It was
Mm,
literally monkey in, monkey out.
mm,
I went back to the exact same lifestyle. I grew not an inch. I was literally in a cage. So there was no transformation, no growth. It was just a cage. And that's what I tell most people that are going towards Islam. The discipline you seek is fake. It's an external cage. The difference with Christ and the Holy Spirit is your transformation is from the inside out. And there's just nothing in the world that compares to it. And so when I found myself back drinking and partying and just so confused, I literally felt like I was that same little girl. And here I am, 48 years old. I knew I had been in a farce, that I'd just been in this ridiculous cave for 25 years.